Okay. To another where we go. Shooting up like dynamite. Do 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 do. Mercy me, mercy. How we looking over there, Jeff? Looking good? You recording? Welcome to the show.
What up?
Yeah. Special guest in the building today. We the future. Shooby dooby dooby doo. Down down down. Shabby dooby dooby doo. Doody doody doo. Now, yeah. We got Myles Ray back.
What they do?
Just vibe with us and feel good. I want y'all to sip on y'all favorite beverage and just vibe with us real quick. Just feel the music. Shoo-doo-doo-doo-doo. For you, doing this for you and you too. Yeah. As much I like to rap and sing, sometimes it's good just to admire the music. Yeah. I would love to welcome y'all to the Holy Ratchet podcast, hosted by yours truly, Myles Ray IG. And today we got Mr. PVYNE in the building.
You know.
And we have so much to share with you. So let's start off by Mr. PVYNE telling us more about himself. What you into, what you here for, and how you go about it.
What's good, man?
I mean, can we just run the beat again? Can I answer that with
some music behind? Use the background music?
That's what I was
Hey, I like that.
Anyway.
Every superhero needs theme music, right?
You already know.
I feel you. Well, let's rock.
What was the question?
Tell us more about yourself. Where you came. Let's start about where you came from with it.
All right, so I'm from Broward County, Lauderdale to be exact. For anybody that don't know, that's South Florida. Came to Orlando in 2009, college. Should I stay in Broward for a little bit? I came from the church, man.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? My mama changed her life about a year before I was born. And somehow I was in the belly in the church. You know what I mean? So as far as a foundation, that's what I carried with me. You know what I mean? So I think that's where I started. Man, I started right in the church, man. Now that I think about it. Yeah.
You know, we all got them roots in the church.
Facts.
Southern Baptists in the building. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. continue.
I've been finding peace in my schedule. Balance my time between creating like an African, thinking like intellectuals, tolerating like Mother Earth. My mother birthed a boy that's so patient. They can hate me, mistake me, and misdebate me, making no statement. Just keep working like my father taught. Way too busy to give a thought about what these zombies out here preaching the realest ones forgot about. I ain't in it for discussion, just rhyme percussion. I ain't walking up in your function unless you pay me, cause I blaze it like a Molotov. Chip on my shoulder, big as a boulder, but I got it all. Still wishing peace upon the sleepers who been nodding off. See nigga, this that big man. Create your whole galaxy type of shit, man. Spit flame, ignite your desires, you get the exchange. Community leaders of the each one, teach one movement. Knowing it's worth it if we reach one. Student ruling, kings and queens, we done claims our thrones. We made it home, it only took us so long, so we making more money. We buying more homes, growing nappy ass hair just to make some more combs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Ooh. Y'all see why you here, right?
Hey.
Yeah.
Oof. Yeah.
That music that give you chills, man. Somebody talking about something, you know.
This
give
is
you some
collaboration right here. If y'all don't know,
Yeah.
this is y'all do this every show.
Yeah.
This is beautiful.
More or less. A little more or less. Sometimes a little more talking, a little less music, but you know, one or the other.
But that's what we do it for, you know.
This is hard. I mean, it makes sense with a show full of musicians.
You can't put me in front of no keyboard though, bro. Like I won't never talk.
I know, right? That's what I was about to say, man. I'm gonna keep messing around with
just
this.
zoom it out.
So,
No, I'm glad to be here today, though,
man, it's good to have you. It's good to have you too, bro.
Yeah, I'm glad to
Welcome
be back in the mix, man. You know.
It's been a lot going on in life in general, but the beautiful thing about when you being a musician and being around music and being able to step away from music for a little bit and go through life and to come back with more to talk about and because I know for me personally, I like to be very vulnerable in my music and give like my perspective on the situations I've been through, and nobody gives you substance like life itself, and you can pull from it, you know. So with that being said, man, I know off camera you was telling us that you have island roots, man. Tell us about what having those island roots here in America, having that culture from the islands and integrating it with that here that you have in America. What has that done for you?
Well, to be completely frank, like it's really through my dad's side. My dad is Jamaican, and my roots, all of South Florida. That's what we was talking about. All of South Florida is like straight island. So most of the story that I'm reflecting on is my dad's, because he spent his first I'll say 6 to 9 years over there before he moved to Jacksonville, and the idea of how you learn through your parents essentially. So that whole, you gotta work hard, all of those different things that come from the islands, like a lot of Haitians talk about the same thing too. Those things I was able to kind of grow through as I was learning, but I wasn't really around the culture much growing up other than the teaching, you know what I mean? So the roots of, I would say South Florida overall though, is that you got every type of island down there. So like I had a Puerto Rican best friend, I had a Colombian friend, I had a Jamaican friend, I had a Haitian friend. So just having all those type of friends is also I think a way to experience America as a whole, but in a small place. As far as that melting pot, being able to appreciate. There's a lot of cities like that too. New York is known as one, different places like that. But I think Broward is or South Florida as a whole is a crazy melting pot, man. And
Especially
island people are different. Yeah, island people are just different. It's a different kind of vibe. Like the partying, dancing, the connection to like nature. All of those things it's more like indigenous, I would say.
No, I think we was talking earlier. Like I'm from Mississippi, so when I came out here to Florida, it was a big culture shock as far as like the diversity of cultures and traditions out here. You know what I'm saying? So I can definitely see what you're saying there.
Yeah, is it more like black, white,
Yeah,
Indian?
pretty much. Like, not even much Indians. Pretty much like black and white where I'm from, at least. And my side of the town is predominantly black, so. It was pretty cut and dry out there where I'm from. It wasn't really much diversity as far as culture wise. So, it's and that's kind of like that most places in the South. Like it's real like deeply rooted Southern roots and traditions. You know what I'm saying? It's not really much outside of that. So,
what would you say was your biggest like culture shock? Because I just found out all y'all are not even from Florida. I'm the only one, so this could be an interview Florida podcast, right?
We all
like,
transplants.
Yeah, like what was the biggest like culture shock?
Man, I would say for me, like just the mixing pot of people, like the different type of people and women, and you know, like just the. I ain't even gonna cap. It really was the women, like you know, like it was just different. It was just different from what I was used to seeing. You know what I'm saying? So just a lot of different, like even within the black culture. Like I was meeting black people from all over the world. Like I never like experienced that before. So that was a big culture shock for me. But that was dope though to experience that. Like it made me it kind of like widened my perception of like. How to interact with people and how and respect the differences that different cultures have, you know. What I'm saying?
Right, while not being like caught off guard. Right. That's what they do.
Right, exactly. So yeah.
We'll go. This one you want me to go?
You go first. Give them what you got.
Florida. I think I come from Jersey, by the way. My dad's side's from Jersey and my mom's side's from New York. So two different states, but right close to each other. So I say that to say that diversity in a melting pot is that whole area. You know what I mean? I had Jewish neighbors, Russian neighbors, I had Jamaican neighbors, you know what I mean? I had Haitian neighbors, I had African neighbors. I'm talking about the whole UN.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That northeast area is like, I kind of judge it by like what food you see. You know what I'm saying? It's like places in LA, places in New York. It's like you can walk one block and see Muslim food.
Yep.
Yeah. It's like all type.
Nowadays, not so much because there's such an influx of Latinos coming in. Like they just took over and demolished my city, son. Like it used to be really diverse, but now it's predominantly like Guatemalan, El Salvadorian, Peruvian. Like they took over my city. Like it's done. So like, but it's cool. I ain't mad at it. But the thing about Florida for me, the thing that hit me the most was the weather and the water. All right, because I'm a water sign. You know, well, we're all water signs, and I resonate with places that have water. You know what I mean? Like the worst time in my life, in my opinion, was when I was in Oklahoma and I was central. No disrespect to my Okies out there. I love y'all. All right, y'all got some good food. Oklahoma City, the food is popping. But I don't know. My body doesn't. I don't work well not around water. I don't have good experiences. Put it like that. I've had very bad experiences.
When your birthday?
March 14th. Pi Day, baby.
Oh, and you're a Pisces.
Yes, sir.
That's why.
Yes,
it makes
sir.
sense.
That's it. We all water signs. But
Really? That was all water in here.
Yep.
2 Pisces, 1 Cancer.
2 cancers.
2 Cancers. That's all water.
Another one too. Yeah.
Splash on them. Splash
It's
on
all
them.
water in here.
When your birthday?
17.
Okay, I'm July 8th.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
We out here. You feel me?
Yeah.
It's on you, bro. That's it, man, for me.
Well, I grew up in the Midwest, Illinois, East St. Louis. So very similar upbringing as Myles, because like we were talking about off camera, that a lot of our ancestors migrated from the South to the Midwest, and because my roots come from Mississippi and Louisiana, like deep South. And when you speak about that, I'm glad that you did speak on about like it being majority black and white. Yeah. But what they don't tell a lot of us is that when you think about the American Indian, you automatically think about the red man, but a lot of the American Indians look just like us. And I don't know a lot of I don't know a black American who doesn't know of an Indian in their family. Right. It's because we are the Indians. You understand me? We are the natives. we are the natives. You know, this is our land. This is where this. Yeah, don't get it caught up that some of us did exactly. You know, some of our ancestors definitely came from Africa from that slave trade, but a lot of us was already here. You know, we have been established civilizations, and it's great that we having this conversation because the first civilization that was ever built in America was right in my hometown of East St. Louis, and it was the mounds are still there. Some of the pyramids are even still there that our people built. And I go there and I meditate there every time I go home, and I connect with the mounds and the energy of the mounds, and these were built by people who look like us.
Yo, shout out to my daughter. She just went there to actually study those mounds.
Yeah. And that's the first civilization ever in the Americas. And they were built by people that look like us.
That's crazy.
You know, so keep
that's
that in mind.
They don't even teach that history, and it's right here in the
right
country.
here.
Like that's really our history. You know what I'm saying? And they don't tell us that. They're not too quick to tell us that.
No. I gotta go.
Yeah, you have to go there, man. And the energy there is just powerful. You know what I mean? Like, I actually in a video that I just posted on Instagram on my social medias, I was at the mounds and I was sitting on one of the mounds doing it, and And I felt the energy of it, of that. I knew I was supposed to go to that specific mound, and I sat on that mound because you ain't even supposed to go on the mounds. But I went to like, I know where like some mounds that's kind of off grid, where that people ain't gonna be bothering you at.
East St. Louis police.
Yeah, and so I go over there and I chill. But back on the subject of the reason that I, what I like about Florida. Florida, when I first came to Florida, I was, I think I was like 14. I just came here for Disney, and I knew that I was going to end up moving here at one point. I didn't know how, but the one thing that I like about Florida is like when I got here, I knew I belonged here. Like it's like I knew this was going to be my destination, and to get here and to blend in with the culture so easily and to fall in love with the culture, specifically the island side of it, and to see how similar they are to the indigenous Black people of the country. It's like it's not a lot of differences when it comes to like the meat and gravy of how we raised. If you really had that good Southern country, you was raised in the country in the South. It's so similar to the people from the islands. How the shack living, the close quarters, the going out, waking up with the sun and getting out there and getting walking on earth. You know what I'm saying? Walking on the earth and going to get the milk from the cows and stuff for real. Like, cause my grandmama used to send us to Mississippi, Ruleville for the summers. So we had to. So we was.
Is that
like,
a city? Ruleville?
Yeah, Ruleville, Mississippi. It's like it's in the country.
That's
he knows. Like it's country. We had to go down there every summer and just spend time with her parents. They was raised on a plantation. And the plantation that my grandma was raised on is like it's covered up now. The nature then took it back, but it's right there by her home. So when I grew up, they still had cows and they still had pigs and stuff. So we had to go out there and and do our due diligence and go get eggs and stuff and all that. So it's very similar to when I talk to people from the islands, from Jamaica, and being like what they call a yard eater. Like it's very similar, like the cultural similarities. Then also having that Gullah Geechee background that comes from the Carolinas and Georgia, like having that in my bloodline too, and seeing the similarities of the natives of this country, the Big Island, and the people from the islands that surround the Big Island.
Word.
Facts. Factual.
Nah, it's something to say about that too, because musically I've been realizing how like similar Afro beat is to like the same drum patterns in island music. It's literally just all the same. It's just the same code. It made me believe there was one civilization at one point that was just all of it, because it's too close for it to just have come like that naturally in all these random places. And I wanted to say something about the mountains, right? Y'all ever? So in Florida,
let's go back to the mountains
real quick. In Florida, it's a Florida thing. Y'all ever roll like on I-95 going south? I'm guessing.
Yep.
Y'all seen them like them trash dump areas?
Right.
Just it's a few. It's like two that you pass like around like Fort Pierce, I feel like.
Okay.
And then there's another one closer to like Northwest Palm area, and then riding through Broward, you see a bunch of them. But if you've ever seen them right off the highway, like they right off the side, you ever like considered that that's a mound and it's not really a trash heap?
Hey, you never know. You could be on to something, man. Like.
You know the history behind those mounds?
Nah. Oh, you asking me?
Yeah. Like, do y'all know the history behind the mounds, the ones in Illinois?
Oh.
Yeah. I know the history of
throwback.
Because there's mounds throughout the rest of the country. My daughter is a geologist. She's all into the earth and all that kind of stuff. And we did a road trip, and that was one of the places we stopped. But we also visited a spot in Minneapolis that has mounds as well. And that's where she taught me about like the purpose of these things. And I can't speak about the ones in Illinois, but I know about the ones in Minnesota, that the reason the purpose of them, they're burial mounds. And if you were of high society within their community, you know what I'm saying? Like if you were an elder, if you held a position, a station, you know what I'm saying? Like you had you know what I mean? You just wasn't the regular person. You had a purpose, you know what I'm saying? You would get buried in that mound. So that's one of the things is like they're protected over where you're at too. And they're protected and like they're fenced off. Like you're not supposed to climb on them things, but people do. But
the mounds that they want you to know about are open to. You can go walk around.
You can walk around. Can you walk on them?
No,
Exactly.
you don't
That's the
supposed
point.
to.
You're not supposed to at all. Because like if you step on them, of course it'll it'll erode and deteriorate it. But also it's supposed to be protected because it's a grave site. You know what I'm saying? There's actual bodies buried underneath there. You know what I mean? We just supposed show them respect.
Yeah, but let me give you guys, because the ancestors are coming through, so because they want you guys to know this and understand this. A lot of the mounds, yes, some of the mounds are actual burial grounds, but a lot of the mounds were built on these things that they knew called ley lines, where they would generate energy across the globe. And so all of these river civilizations all knew about each other, even the ones that's the Mississippi River going all the way to the River Nile in Africa. All of these civilizations were aware of each other, and they built these civilizations around the rivers for a reason, because we used to be people who built our civilizations around the ocean, but the main land of how they was doing it around the ocean sunk. Some people call it Atlantis, some people call it whatever you want to call it, but it was this land actually exists. So to cause these civilizations to start becoming more of river civilizations, build their civilizations around rivers. So all these civilizations are already connected. So what they did was to channel the energies around the planet. They built these different pyramids and mounds on what you would call ley lines. And just like we have a Kundalini energy, it's also a Kundalini energy that goes to the planet. So they will also build these energy centers essentially around the planet, and they would use these pyramids and these mounds to communicate with each other from different parts of the planet, But this is on a level of consciousness that we are rising to again. But we can't understand this level of communication or technology or spiritual technology, because we haven't, we still stuck in the logical way of thinking about things. But we haven't broken down to the simplicity of everything is vibration, everything is energy. Right. And from that simplicity, we can build and learn how to communicate and create things and move things with sound and vibration and all of these different things which they had the understanding of,
Hey, that kind of bring me to a question I want to ask y'all. Like how do y'all feel like where you was raised and where you from influence like your musicality and what you do musically, you know what I'm saying? Because like I know for me, when I go home, every time I go back and just touch home soil, like in Mississippi, like I always come back with like a sense of balance and like a sense of like just refreshed, and I'm always like refreshed musically too, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I come up with my most like, I be in my most creative space in the moments, you know what I'm saying? So like how y'all, is that the same with y'all, or like how y'all feel like that's related to like your spiritual and your your balance as far as music and everything else you do in your life? Like how you feel like where you from and when you connect with that space is integrated with that?
Home is what our heart is.
Facts.
So I think like kind of even in the sense of the topic, I think like, because I know I'm experiencing this now over the last couple, maybe like 3-4 years, like the more I get involved with the stories of my youth and like talking to like the grandparents and all of that, it's like a reminder of who you are. Facts. For real. Facts. Because like that developmental age is like really where you can legally be a dependent and you get what you need when you need it, and all you do outside of that is explore yourself and what you like, and you get applauded for it. Like that's you. You know what I'm saying? As soon as you get to school, it's like start not doing some of that stuff. Yeah. You know what I mean? So like I know I'm getting reminded like of a totally different person as far as like how I looked at the world. You know, they say like as you grow, well, I don't know if they say this, but like as you grow up, I try to like grow down. Like growing up
kind of humbles you a little bit.
Yeah, like but when you kind of revert back to that childish like view of the world, it's simplistic. It's like, how do you talk to a kid? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not saying all these big words. You're not going on long. You using your hands. Right. It's like, if I can look at the world like that again, you know what I'm saying? So it's not about like, if you see your parents fighting at 3 or something, you're not saying mom's right or dad's right. You're just saying something bad is happening. Right. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, just stop. It's not picking sides. You grow up and start doing that. So when I say like, I guess to bring it back to the question is like, I'm being reminded of like, and of course that it flows into my music and everything else too. My creativity is, I mean, everybody's creativity is them. So if the more you're being yourself, the most creative you're being. So as long as you surround yourself with people that can humble you, can ground you, because everybody can like float, everybody can sink, but like get back to those people that's like, don't forget. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Don't run away from that.
Facts. Kind of bring you back, keep you in touch with reality.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a supreme grounding. I think to make music and create from a grounded place in any circumstances, you know, that's the goal.
Facts. I think that can apply to anything, like not just music. You know, like I agree.
Cause with me, man, like you say, when going home definitely reminds you, it brings you back into it recharges your passion, and definitely when you're around people who saw you doing what you doing now before you even knew what you was doing. You know, like it's crazy. Like when I go home and I'm reminded that I'm doing the right thing, I'm on the right path. Because you know, sometimes as an artist, you can get discouraged. You know, you can get, you know, you have your moments, you know, where you can, you know, get a little jaded on the path. Like, man, I've been putting so much into this. Then I'll go home. Like the last time I went home, and I played a song for my uncle, and he was just like, man, like he's like, you might don't know this, little Johnny, man, but when you was a kid, he was like, when you was like 6 or 7 months, we knew you was gonna do this. We used to put you on the table and just surround you like you was performing. You would just sit there and perform for us, like rapping this one song. I ain't gonna say the song on here because it's inappropriate. But he's like, man, you'll sit there. And your mama used to come snatch you off the table. Like we'd just sit there and like have your drink all out, your cousins, uncle. We just have you on the middle of the table. You said before you can really stand up, you sit up there performing, just performing. He said, so he's like, he says it's amazing for me to see that you still doing this. And you didn't even know what you was doing back then, or to go to my grandmama and ask her like, yo, grandma, what was I doing a lot when I was a kid? She was like, you always was writing and doing music, like you just love doing music. You love to sing, you love to write. Whenever you was like problems going on, you was always writing about them and all that. Like to see that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, you know, like yeah, we always knew you was gonna be doing this, you know, or talking to people and doing all this stuff. Like we seen it, you know, like we know you on your path. We just hope you know that you stick to it. So like it's always a good reminder. But it's also when you go home, you get reminded of, you know, a lot of the trauma that you had to go through too as well. And like what he was saying, like, you know, when sometimes your community, they'll know when you're better, so they'll build you up from their own programs and systems that they had. And you have to spend that time sometime in your adulthood deprogramming yourself so you can get back to that childlike state of viewing the world from that place where you was most passionate about and having fun doing what you're doing, you know?
Thanks. I agree with that. I like that.
Man, I feel like the odd duck here because I'm about to say hell no. I don't feel that way, but you kind of hit that point is why. Unfortunately, all the partners. First thing, let me say this: I'm a true believer. What I mean by that is this: I believe in the power of spirit, and whether y'all call it Allah, God, Yahweh, Jesus, whatever, it's cool, but. When we're all gathered and we're all coming on the same accord, you know what I'm saying? We resonate. You know what I'm saying? We resonate. Some people say, yo, God is there. All right. But that's that power and that energy, you can feel it. Like you said, it's vibration. It's literally frequency. And unfortunately, all the brothers that I used to resonate with, most of them are dead. Most of them are in jail. Well, not most of them, but a few of them are in jail. A lot of them have moved on into different aspects of their life and transition, and I salute them for it. But they're no longer on that path. I had a brother came to me. I didn't see him for like, I think it was like maybe 8 years. He's like, yo, bro, you still in the music? Because I mean, we've been doing this since junior high school. You know what I mean? Like that was what we did. So it's different for me in that aspect. But I definitely feel like I'm coming back home, coming back to my roots. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel recharged. But as far as like inspired to do music, unfortunately, listen, if y'all was here with me, if y'all went home, matter of fact, next time we go back to Jersey, y'all bring y'all with me. All right? I got y'all.
Bro, I was just telling y'all though, I just went to Jersey a couple weeks ago and I was like, bro, I can see myself living here, bro. I don't know what part of Jersey. I was in, I think Ocean City.
Ocean City?
Yeah, I was in Ocean City.
You see, the crazy thing about my state, because most people got cities, I got a state. It's pretty small, very compact. A lot of people in it, several million people in that state. But we have the top 10 in the best and the worst. We're in the top 5 of the worst places to live and the best places to live. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said earlier, it's hood adjacent. It doesn't matter where you're at. You're always going to be not that far from it. You know what I mean? So,
I mean, that's anywhere though, man.
Yeah, that's true.
Like That's anywhere.
That's true. Yeah. But it's a little different when you got 7 million people crammed into this one little county.
They build up.
Yeah. So like when you would have a county, you know what I'm saying? That would be like probably a couple counties for us. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all got so much land to spread around, and we might have like literally like 3 million people packed in this area. So it's a little, you know. I feel you. Because I mean, I've seen the other side of it, but yeah, it's you know,
just the energy up there was dope, bro. Like,
oh, I love it.
Right by the beach, I was at the boardwalk.
That's cool. Just don't go to Atlantic City.
Yeah,
I love it though. I love it though. Salute to Jersey. I love my state. You know what I mean?
So I want to tell y'all about when I first met Payne. I was driving Lyft, and I happened to pick him up to take him to where he was going to, and before I even go into like how, you know, the details of the meeting, what I got from the meeting was I found somebody that genuinely supports and cares about like people and what they doing from a genuine place. You understand me? I got that from our meeting, because sometimes like you will greet people and you know they can fake the excitement of like, oh man, you this and that, you can sense it. But what I sensed from him was like, oh, he's like me. Like if I hear somebody dope, or if I see you doing something dope, like it really lights me up. I really be like I be internally cheering for you. Like, man, I'm really for you, bro. Like, keep doing that. So me and him shared music with each other, you know, and the energy that came from the greeting was like genuine. It was genuine. You know, and he was just like, yo, man, that's dope. You know, I like, bro, I up with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, you know, most people, like, if they give you that energy, like, you can kind of sense the, you know, like, I don't know, bro. You know what I'm saying? But, like, it was just genuine, you know? So we was able to build from there. And at that time, you know, that's when he had, you know, he was really building his brand and having things going on. And I remember, like, yeah, bro, I'm going to support you. But really went and supported him, really went and bought the WTF t-shirt, really went and took a picture and posted it on my Instagram, you know, like not to just show him that, like, okay, yeah, I see what you're doing, bro, but you know, but whatever. It's like, no, bro, I'm gonna shop with you. I'm gonna take a picture. I'm gonna post it on my page, you know, and because I see what you're doing. I see you. I see your soul. I see you. You know what I'm saying? And I support that. You know what I mean?
No, for sure.
So the handshake matched the smile.
Yeah, yeah, real deal.
I feel you on that. I was having a conversation on the phone earlier with somebody. I'd explained to them, like, yo, there's a difference when your actions and your words don't really line up. You know what I mean? Jay-Z used to say this. His handshake ain't matching his smile. You know what I'm saying? They smile in your face, but they give you that little flimsy grip. You know, so I love it when people are who they are and it actually lines up.
Yeah, it's that whole like real recognize real kind of like mentality. I appreciate that, bro. I didn't know that you actually.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I ain't really even know that you took that from it, but that's, man, that part of me has been questioned by people that don't understand. You know what I'm saying? Like the idea of like the devil will stand right in front of you and tell you that you ain't who you are type shit. Shit like that is the confirmation. You feel me? Because it's like, I genuinely do give a fuck about people that are on their purpose. Whatever it is, like, you could be doing whatever. If you love tying shoes, my nigga, if you the best shoe tire, I'm going to support that shit, because it's like, that's what you do for the community. We don't need a bunch of rappers. We don't need a bunch of...
Facts.
If that nigga do the fish, let him do the fish.
Yeah.
You go learn the bovine, my nigga. You learn some other shit. Like, it's just that idea. So, like, nah, bro, like, the fact that you... Because it's all music. So it could be... We already got too much music, and that's what I think the people that aren't being like genuine, that's where they're coming from, is like competition, because I'm already that, and I'm seeing this. No, but you bringing your flavor, you talking about your experience. I'm learning something from you.
Right.
The exchange is there. A lot of people ain't really willing to exchange. Reciprocal energy is like lost art. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like gone, bro. Like, you gotta find it. You gotta like bring it out of people almost. Like, hey, do you realize like we should be grateful for each other? Like, yeah, man. So I appreciate that. Like, truth. That is the truth. That is the absolute truth. And I appreciate you posting that. Like, it's stuff that, what was it, like 2017?
Yeah.
So it's been a little minute. Like, that means a lot, bro, for that to be like something that you remember for real. Cause they say it's like people don't remember what you say, they remember what, like how you made them feel. Yeah, thank you.
And that's how I felt, bro. Like after that meeting, I went and told him that I met you, you know, because
I think I had already known you by then. I was like, I had a similar, you know what I'm saying, similar experience, like the same way we met, you know what I'm saying.
And me and Myles be on the same wavelength with that. Like when we meet people, like I can meet a person and then Myles have already met him or haven't met him yet, then we'll both have the same conclusion. I think it's that Southern, you know, to bring up, you know, like, you know, the way we was raised. But it's just like he just always, because I'll be like, yeah, man, I met this, you know, this cat named Payne. Like, oh, Payne, he a good dude. Like he'll say what I'm about to say to him. I'm like, yep, it's confirmation. You know, it's like outer confirmation. And when people are not like that, Myles, I'll meet him and then Myles like, yo, I got that same vibe when I was there, bro. That's why I kind of just kept to myself. You know what I'm saying? Like I just kind of went there and got my money and got on up out of there. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
And that's why you need like real people around, because it's like we all like verification. Little passcodes and like, hey, bro, what vibe you got from that?
And that's why it's important to protect your energy from people that you haven't vetted like that, because sometimes people put you in a trap. You know what I'm saying? Tell you otherwise, knowing that it's the other situation. So like just to put you in a bind. So you know what I'm saying? Like it's very important to protect your energy and know who you got around you. You know, so that it can be that type of energy, like what you said. You know.
And then the people that he got going on around, that he has around him too, like, cause I've been to multiple of his of the hippie hideout.
You talk about that too.
So yeah, you definitely got to get the people some more about that. But like just being there and seeing the type of crowd that he brings around, like, and just to see the artists and how everybody interacts, it gave me further confirmation that, like, cause I seen, yo, this brother really trying to make a difference out here, you know. So I support that alone, you know, because I'm a person that I know that being here in Orlando, a lot of people might have took it the wrong way because of just the way I was raised. You know what I mean? Like I support the way I support. My support is I come to your event without you have to tell me. I'll come spend money at that door. You know, I come spend money at the bar when I was drinking. I would come buy things from people that's out there vending and stuff. But I don't have to. But I might not necessarily be the most vocal person. I might just sit back and chill. Right. You know. But that's my way of supporting, because where I'm from, being too friendly or being in people's faces, you know, could get you hurt. You know. So that's still a program that I'm unlearning. You know, because I have to be more. I need to be more. You know, talkative to people and stuff like that. But just the way I was raised, like my energy can come off as standoffish, but I'm really there chilling and supporting and stuff. You know. But just being in those environments and being at your shows that you run and stuff, man, I'm like, yo, these some good people out here. Sure. You know, like these some solid people that he around.
Feel that energy for sure.
I don't think that's something you necessarily need to unlearn though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I know what you mean by that, but I wouldn't say we unlearn it, because we all grew up in areas and the skills that we learned help us survive and get to this point in life. You know what I'm saying? So those skill sets, believe me, you need them. You need them in this world.
Because it's this deep, like we could be at like a gas station. I'll be with somebody that ain't from like the environments that we come from, and somebody walks up, hey bro, you got a cigarette lighter? Let me see your cigarette lighter. And they be like, sure. And they duck their head. I'm like, oh, no. You know? Yep. I can have one and be like, nah, bro, I ain't got one. Be looking dead in your face. Like, nah, bro, I ain't got one. I'm watching you till you walk off. Right. You know what I mean? Because it's like, but that's just the way I was programmed. Because I've been with people who been on that. Like, yeah, I'm about to go get them, bro. Hey, bro, you got a light on you, bro? Do that, you know, you go down, you look up, there's a gun in your face. You know what I'm saying? So I done been with people who been doing stuff like that. Like, man, they'll never get me, you know? So like that's where I be coming from with some of my interactions, you know, but it don't be in a way where it's kind of like, you know, it's just like, yo, I gotta see who you is first. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Definitely. Can I hear a little more about that hippie hideout?
So hippie hideout, it's a safe space. That's what it's coined as, and it started as like an alternative to clubbing. Like as a rapper, of course, coming up through college, it's like, yo, you got to be a club host. You got to be at the shows. You got to be at that 10 to 2 period. A lot of people's like lives are being wasted and drawn in so many different ways. And it's like, yo, if you want to go out, come to this like kickback. It's an open mic kickback. That's what it's coined as. It's the subtitle. I don't think there's anything else that I know of that's called that. But the idea is just hanging out. And it brewed from like homies doing it in their cribs. Like, turn on the music. If you got a track, perform it in front of us. You don't need a mic. Just kill that shit. So this event grew from that idea, and we started 2019, top of 2018, 2019. Yeah, 2019, and it's been a monthly thing during COVID. During COVID, we took it online, started doing it every week on IG Live, and that actually made it wider because it was like we found all the other hippies. It's mad people. And hippie, let's speak about what a hippie is. A hippie is an independent person to me. A hippie is a person that says, I don't need to walk the route of society specifically to be who I am. And I'm okay with society viewing me as not them. You know what I mean? So the idea of like artists, people that are following their purpose, those people are the people that I'm rooting for always. All y'all hippies, just in case, you know what I'm saying? If y'all didn't know, y'all all hippies, like,
You heard?
That's really what it is. So most of our generation are taking like the divergent path. That's like, I watch you work, parents, and I watch you not be happy. Why would you want me to take that route? So I'm gonna try something different and see. So Hippie Hideout is really like that gathering place for that. So even more than it's about competition, I know y'all probably been to open mics where it's like competition and it's like nah, it's like less about I'm trying to perform and it's more like come out here and just hang out first. And when you perform, because you hang out and because you actually get to know people, that's actually fan base building. Who are you? You lit. We learning your music. We dancing during your performance. We learning your song right now. We didn't know you, but we gonna learn it right now. It inspires a lot of people to go up there and perform for the first time. You might have came just chilling. I got this poem in my phone. I might as well. Let me try it. Let me see what the love like. Everybody walks out of there talking about the love. Everybody walks out talking about how unconditional and safe the shit felt. I've always wanted that as a person, and to me, it's like it's church in a way. Like it's come out on a Saturday night and be somewhere where you safe, have a good time, be surrounded by people that love you. They don't know you, but they love you, and that's how the world's supposed to work. It ain't like you gotta prove something to me to make me love you. You're a human. You like me. That's how people work there, and that's artists. You know what I'm saying? That's how artists move. We think about the human first. You know what I'm saying? So that's what that is. Like people feel like they walking into a portal on some whole other shit. Like these are things that have been described to me. I was drawn there for that reason, but to hear it said back is like, oh, there's something powerful happening there. The people that own it, they British, but they own all the shit. 14 years they've been there. Like, and they a real community center for real. Like their community comes there. People that live in that neighborhood come to our shit. Like they hang out. They bring drinks for everybody. They hang out. It's like it's a vibe for real. So yeah, kickback vibes, man.
So
He's
when
not
is
lying,
this?
bro. That's how it is.
Every last Saturday.
Every last Saturday. And
Yeah.
is there a specific location or does it move?
It's always at, well, we've done it in, we did it in Charlotte. We did it in other places too, but the headquarters, the main one is Community Center 729 off of 729 Thornton Ave. It's like a block away from Mills Ave. It's like the next block over. Yeah, every last Saturday. This month is on the 29th. October 29th is Halloween weekend. It's actually like our special one we do. It's like PVYNE. So it's like
That's dope, PVYNE.
Yeah, come as a we got hippie New Year. We got a whole bunch of hippie everything. But PVYNE is like every month people find like 15 different outfits. The people that are really into Halloween, they go to every different thing or something else. Come to this as like you as a hippie, but as your costume. So you a hippie zombie, you a hippie cowboy, you a hippie stripper, you a hippie whatever you want to be, but you a hippie first.
But you're hippie first.
Yeah, so it's like a little vibe. We're gonna do a costume contest, $100 winner, just make it a little vibe. But watch people. It's also cool to see people killing the performance too, and they in these like costumes. Like that's different. Like
Nah, that's dope.
yeah,
bro.
it's a little vibe, bro.
Y'all have to come experience. Like he's not lying. Like cause I've been to multiple open mics out here, but this one is very unique because it's exactly what he said. Is when you go to like regular open mics, you can feel the competition in the air, like people that are kind of competing. But when you go to the Hippie Hideout, you can feel the community. Like you can see an artist who came in thinking that who didn't know what to expect, but then see the love and he get on stage, you see him more open or see her more open, like to the crowd, like they start like talking to the crowd, like giving more of their testimony around the music because they feel like they're around family. So then you'll see them go back in the crowd and then when somebody else comes up and perform, they more participating with their person on stage, like they rooting for their person. Like it's not more like, oh, okay, you good. They more like, okay, you know, like it's more of like that. And I'm like, yo, I love what they got going on here, man. And be careful when you stand up some of them trees over there, cause like I almost got knocked out by some. Well, I don't know what this
in the middle part.
Yeah, I don't know what's in that tree, but it almost got me one day.
And what's cool, man? Shout out to Dave, bro. Like since we've been there, they've like built that back around the event. So like he kind of watches like, okay, what was the flow of walking? Okay, we need to take. So a lot of that stuff has even been changed now. Like they got the whole back mulch now. They got the coverings now for when it rains. It's on a whole another vibe now. And I ain't mentioned what the street that is on too. We actually adopted the street. So it's like we ain't really name it. It's like WTF Lane, Future Road or something like that. But yeah, that whole street is our street according to the Orange County booklet, because we clean it, come back. It's a community thing for real. So like it's bigger than just throwing events. It's bigger than just getting money. It's bigger than all of that shit, bro. I'm an artist myself and I hardly perform sometimes because I just want to see everybody, but it's bigger than all that, bro. Like this is community building. Like anybody that throws events, you know, getting a vendor in there, that's small business.
Damn, Pig, it sounds like you not only found your tribe, you created the tribe. You know what I'm saying?
Real deal. You gotta come experience. You never been to one, huh?
Yeah.
You know I'm a homebody, bro.
Definitely dope.
I don't like to leave the Batcave too often. All right.
Yeah, this is the homebody night out.
Yeah.
Oh,
Real
deal. And at 11.
I'm feeling you. I'm
feeling
that
so
energy.
it's not even on some like late. It used to be 10 to 2, but now it's like it's 6 to 11. Really just come out and hang out and then leave with good energy.
I'm a late night guy. I'm
gonna give y'all a good idea of what, because you know because like a lot of us are homebodies because we Pisces and we pick up on, you know, we water signs in general, so we pick up on energy a lot, you know, so it can either drain us or it can charge us. These are one of them events you'll leave charged, you know, like, because there be times where I go out in a club or something and just dealing with so many people with different energies, I go home and be drained. I need the next day, even if I ain't drink or smoke, I need the next day to recharge my battery a little bit. You don't feel that way when you leave here. You feel charged. You feel like it's a reciprocation of energy. You know, everybody's, you know, giving and taking from each other, you know, in a healthy way. And you grow a little bit when you leave there. You grow, you know, you grow a little bit because it's just good people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, y'all boys come through. Like, just let me know. Like, it ain't about making money. That's just so y'all know, it's not about making money. Like, if y'all want to come out to see experience it, let other people know, just let me know. Like, people do need to experience it. Like, that's kind of how I see it. It's the reason why Chance gave his music out for free. It's like, yo, at the end of the day, if y'all come out and see it, you're gonna feel something that you ain't felt. And I know I ain't feel it since church, and that's why I said I started. So when you say built it, I did have to build it because I went out into the world and I did find that, yo, a lot of people out here ain't really trustworthy. A lot of people, and not because it's them, is they were raised in the wrong way. So I try to have grace in that. But at the end of the day, y'all not like me. You different. But the ones that's like me, y'all resonate. I only started that event because I went to every open mic as an artist. And I treated every open mic like it was my show. And realized that, like, yo, it's gonna be this cap here because some of y'all just don't want to support the artists here. Like, why are you throwing a show to not support the artist that's paying you at your show? That don't make sense. So to start one, it was like, all right, I'm gonna just go over here, and if it resonate, it resonate. How we said, you don't force nothing on nobody, and bro, it resonated. Like, and I'm talking about to other cities. Like, we get all those, like, I call them the Chitlin Circuit cities of Florida. Like, you get all those cities too popping out. Like, you get Fort Myers and Sarasota and all these different places, people coming out on random. Like, how did you even know about this? Oh, my homie told me about it. Oh, that's crazier. You know what I'm saying? And it's
so you got folks coming from Fort Myers, they travel into the show.
Bro, I'm telling you, we've had people from New York come down. Like, if you in town, it's like if you in town, stop in, because this is where you're gonna probably meet all the cameramen you need. You're gonna meet the other artists you can work with. You're gonna meet the musicians. You're gonna meet the engineers. You're gonna meet the event planners. We could throw a show wherever you at, as long as you go back and tell us what you got going on. The last hippie, we had somebody come down from Brooklyn. We're now talking about how we can throw hippie in Brooklyn. Why not? The world is connected. There ain't really no borders anymore. Yeah. As long as you can get across that motherfucker. Like,
One last question about what was the name of the event again?
Hippie Hideout.
Hippie Hideout. I was about to call it Hippie Palooza. I apologize.
Hippie
Hideout.
Hey, that's another one.
Yo, that sounds like we need to take it global. Like,
I'm with you. If that's a creation.
The last question I have is, do you guys serve food?
Yeah.
Oh, so You
already
got
know
Big
what's
Drew
up.
still?
Big Drew, man.
Boy,
Hey, look,
Big
you
Drew,
knew he was
yeah.
gonna say something about the food,
boy.
boy.
Hey, you see, I've been quiet the last 5 minutes.
That boy soon said, but the food.
He said who?
Somebody say mac and cheese.
Nah, so like I said, man, it's black enterprise at the end of the day. So like the vendors we had there, they're people that we work with for real. Like Big Drew's Kitchen, man. If y'all don't know, hit him up on Instagram, Big Drew's Kitchen. The best barbecue. He also got a whole vegan side too, if y'all didn't know. But Big Drew's Kitchen, man, it's salmon, it's ribs, it's wings, it's
shrimp.
it's all the sides you love. It's the mac and cheese, it's baked beans. It's all of that. So like, yeah, Big Drew pull up with his grill outside, the whole neighborhood come because they smelling it. And we right next to Tory and all those food places too, but Big Drew. You know what I'm saying? Big Drew be popping, yeah.
Yo.
And
Last Saturday, I'm coming.
the great thing about this is like the main topic of this podcast, because of this is what I got from him. He was he's created a vortex or a portal for people to come there and be themselves and to be childlike, to be that child, to reunite those passions within you, because you might hear somebody and make you feel a certain type of way, and it reignites something inside of you that you like, oh man, I used to love doing that when I was a kid, and it brings you back to that childlike form of yourself where you can go out and express yourself freely and openly and bring back that curiosity, and that's what this brother is doing when he as he's community building and building around his tribe and growing and keeping extending his tribe as well, and connecting with other tribes that are on the same thing, because we all one tribe, definitely if you on that wave, you know what I'm saying? So it's a beautiful thing to be around people that understand the importance of tapping into their inner child. I don't know if you guys watch Dragon Ball Z or anything like that, but you notice how when Goku becomes the child again, when he becomes the child inside of there, but he still has all the wisdom of the adult Goku, and how powerful he was just being in that childlike form, but still having the wisdom of an adult. And that's the beauty of being an adult, is to have that wisdom, but to not lose that childlike aspect of yourself, that curiosity that wants to know, that wants to grow, that questions things, and looks for the simplicity inside of things as well. And this brother is building that with the people that's around him, and I support that, bro, and I salute you for that as well.
Facts. I can definitely attest to that. How can people find out more about the Hippie Hideout? Where they can
right on our Instagram, man. Instagram is treated like our website, man, because we posting all the events. We got membership and interest meetings and all that. The dates for all our upcoming stuff is always in the bio. The link in the bio always got all the events. We just had Hippie Lounge last night. That's the music feedback version, so no performance, just play your music. And we got Big Bro, Keith Andes. I'm gonna shout out a little bit of his accolades. He don't like that, but like Michael Jackson, Prince, damn near the whole Waiting to Exhale soundtrack. Like that's his production and songwriting alongside Babyface. It's like this dude is reviewing all these local artists. Local artists, how people want to say local is so, everybody was local. Lauren Hill was local. Busta Rhymes, all these people was local. He's reviewing all our music and literally telling you what to do to tweak it. Like, bring y'all music. Like, he's been in too many rooms where hits were made to not take the advice. You feel me? So like that event, all of these events are right in the bio, man. Everything is there.
What's the IG again?
WTF MVMT. WTF movement.
That'll be in the description.
We'll have it in the description as well.
Appreciate that.
So man, it's really been a beautiful interview, and I really want you guys to tap into everything this brother got going on for sure. Because if we bring him here, we support it and we for it. So outside of that, I know you say you're an artist. So before we start to close up, I want you to, tell people more about, the music and stuff that you got going on, where they can find out if you have merch and anything like that. Is that all that is still in the same spot as far as with the WTF?
So in my artist sense, so y'all that know, like I was doing music, had a whole first career as B-Pain.
Man, y'all heard that verse that boy spit at the beginning. Crazy.
Oh yeah,
bro.
oh yeah.
Oh, we know you artist.
Bro.
And I'm in a wave of like reigniting it, and it's on some like LL don't call it a comeback shit, but like y'all realize that hitting 30 we in our prime, right? Mm-hmm. Y'all realize like as artists we just getting there. Like this is not like, it's not like you aged out the way the industry tried to teach you. Like hip hop is the thing that made that, and that's the last 20, 30 years. It was never that. Like the people that we grew up watching, they were in their 30s sweating their ass off. You ain't hear the music that they did in their 20s. That was coming out, but you ain't hear it. The hits that you know them for was in their 30s. That's when they got kids at home. They got all these like real life happening. So like I'm at a phase now where it's like I'm realizing that and embracing it in a totally different way than I had in my 20s. Because you're still questioning yourself. You're still figuring out what those circles are. You figuring out what your circle's supposed to be by trying to jump and be around a bunch of circles. Like at this point, the Goku thing, when I turned 30, bruh, that's exactly how I described it. It was like I jumped back to being, I put out a single called Bossy at the time, and the cover art is Boss Baby, and he looked like me as a hippie boss baby in a business suit and shit. And it's like, that's how I felt. I felt like I started over in like my view of the world, but had all the like ancient knowledge to navigate it differently. And essentially what I think returning to a child is like not being like, not succumbing to the trauma. Cause that's all it is. After you're a kid, you start being aware of trauma and all that stuff. And it's like, if you can go back to like not being hurt about certain things, you're gonna step into that room that you are scared to step into now. You know what I mean? It's that kind of vibe. So musically, like I feel like I'm restarting. In 2020, I dropped a song. Like the restart really was like 2020. I dropped a project called Revolution, or a song called Revolution. And it was a personal revolution. It was me facing that. It's a song that I still perform pretty often. It's one of the ones that people love too. We do the family vibe to that. It's 2 steps and all to that. My grandma's 2-step too. It's certified. Since then, a few different projects, aesthetic. These different songs are like the songs that were really me breaking out of whatever matrix that the world had put me in. So I dropped a single about a month ago called Mirror, and that's facing yourself. You know what I'm saying? The whole, and that, just look at the Instagram, man. I guess, in the sense of today's world, it is pretty easy. Just go to the Instagram. I got a link in my bio you can go see all the most recent music videos and things like that. My music videos have been crazy for the last 2 years, like on the 3D vibe, a lot of meditating, a lot of like the stuff I've been seeing because I'm getting closer to myself again. You know what I'm saying? It's like I've been really just trying to show people what it feels and look like. So yeah, man, more music coming. Like in this day and age, it's about just having music and dropping it. Like let people love it how they want to. And I'm getting to that point, not hoarding.
Yeah,
like
that's. I think I deal with that a lot too. Like just hoarding the music. So I feel what you're saying for sure.
Well, we came through the era of like, I don't know what to do with it business wise. So it's like
I don't know what to do with it. We came through a whole era of distrust. We couldn't trust anybody. I couldn't let you hear this because you might bite what I'm about to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, we got coveted. You spoke about something earlier that I wanted to jump on earlier, but you spoke with the energy of not coming from a place of want. You came from a place of prosperity. You were approaching things with the mind of prosperity as opposed to a thing of coming from a point of lacking. You know what I mean? Like, and that kind of brings that whole energy as far as like why people hate and why people, you know what I mean, act the way they do. It's because you're coming from a place of lack. You know what I mean? You want, you need. So everybody is now food. You're all competition. Mm-hmm. I have to do better than you to survive. You know what I mean? We're all pit against each other. But when you flip it, you realize that that's never really the case. We're not in a competition. I don't need to do this to do that. You know what I mean? People think it's polar. You have to go one way or the other, but there's 360 degrees. You know what I'm saying? And we only choose 2. We choose one way or the other. You know what I mean? It's 0 or 180, but there's all those 300 and...
That's dope. I ain't crazy like that.
But I'm visualizing that.
But I love the way you put it earlier because that's that same energy that plagues all of us. You know what I'm saying? We experience from a creative standpoint, but we also experience in our homes too. Because
that's where
I guarantee we all come from a place, and there's some hating ass motherfuckers somewhere that's all hating on you and da 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 da. But the reason why they like that is because they lack. They're hurting. They need. They want. You know what I'm saying? And they don't know how.
And bro, that's the part that like that's why I do it. It's like that hurts me to know that because it's like you think you're lacking. You're not actually even lacking.
Exactly.
Like what we are blessed with is like, bro, like you have the earth. You have all of this. You can eat stuff from the tree. I know, granted, they changing things and stuff ain't as like I know in Broward, like there was fruit that as kids we just went and go grabbed it. Like that's how you do it. But there is no lack, especially when we, as you said, like us coming together. That's the highest form of source power. Because we all just really that source choosing to live lives and experience it as a movie or something. It's like I just want to experience because on that level you don't feel this third dimensional stuff. You just thinking shit into existence. So to be able to choose to come down here and live a life and experience things and meet other people that really we ain't meeting other people, is we each other. Yeah. It's like we resonating off each other. You know what I mean? Like that's what all of this shit is about, bro. Like I don't want to move in the sense of I need. I'd rather believe I have. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, that's if everything coming from here, my brain is telling me what I see through my eyes. My brain is telling me this is a mic. If I never was told this is a mic, I probably wouldn't think it's a mic. If I can get this thing to see magnificence, if I can get this thing to see, when I look at you, I don't see even your body. I just see your spirit. I just see your energy. Like this all fake, bro. I wanna see the real shit if I'm here, like, and I don't need it to be just when I'm sleeping.
Exactly.
Like if I can wake up and you know what I'm saying to see real reality,
that's
why not?
What it's about.
Ladies and gentlemen, by the way, I just in case y'all don't realize, Dontez he brings the guests on. You got to bring him back, bro. We got to have a whole conversation besides music because I can see like just like we had Travis.
Yeah,
Travis. Sorry, Trav. I love you, bro. Just like we had Trav, we got to bring you back too. And we started talking technical, and then things started going past the mundane, and we started building on higher level topics. You gotta come back, bro. We need you back.
And that's why it's called Holy Ratchet. We can go to either extreme, you know, because both of them are, like you said, just mirrors of the same thing. And a great example of what they're talking about when you look at things and look at from a prosperous aspect and not a lack aspect. I experienced something today, man, that I want to share with y'all because this is what I mean. Like this is how I felt when I met him, you know, and when I met you. When a person has genuine love for and support for somebody when they do something. I don't know this guy at all. This guy named La Russell. He's a rapper. I think he's from. I don't know exactly where he's from.
Heard of him,
but I've seen what he done as an independent artist. And I even feel the emotion rising up now about how I felt with his accomplishments as an independent artist. And I just was like, man, I'm so proud of this guy. I don't even know him. You know what I'm saying? Didn't even listen to a lot of his music. Heard a few of his tracks, but to see what he was doing as an independent artist and making a success and to be able to sell an album using this thing called this platform called Even, and to get where the fan can actually pick their own price to how much they're gonna spend on the album. To have somebody spend $1,000 for his album, to have somebody spend, I had like 37 people spending $500 for his album, to have 147 people spend $50 for his album, and to see it done, I was just like, man, it was more like a thank you, bro. Thank you for not giving up. Thank you for showing other artists that's out here grinding like that, man. That if you keep on going through and this is what you meant to do, it's going to pay off. And there's people out there that truly support you, and there's people out here that really want to hear what you got to say, man. And there's people out here that you can really help with your movement, not just with the music, you know. And I really felt the emotion for that brother to the point I was sharing it to the people throughout the day, like I'm sharing it to y'all right now. This is when you know somebody genuinely has love and support for others, because I didn't come from a mindset like, oh man, how he do that? And you know what I'm saying? Look at me over here, like, you know, with the competition mindset. It was just more like, thank you, bro. Thank you, and I appreciate you, bro, for showing that artist that feel like giving up, that no, don't give up, keep going. You know, you might have to change a few things around, but keep going. You know, it's some people out here who want to hear you and love you and will pay for your product.
Thanks.
That's brilliant. I need to look into that because I love that idea because music is not like music ain't a necessity in the sense of food, shelter, the stuff that 99% of the world need. But it does do a big thing for you if it's good and it resonates, right? The idea that people can value it themselves is crazy. Shout out to him for that, for real. Like that's a beautiful idea. Whatever that app is, that's crazy too.
Yeah, man. But we gotta definitely build. Next time we have Brother Painter, we're gonna build on more esoteric stuff because I can see that he's there with it too. Because it's just this. These are the conversations that need to be had inside the community as well, on a bigger platform as well, not just within our inner circles. Because I'm quite sure, you know, if we sat here and dug deep, we'll learn so much from each other, you know, or remember so much from each other. Because, like you said before, we all the one come here to experience ourselves as the individuals for that reason, to have the experience. Because without the vessel, how can the one experience itself as itself? You know, it's just an idea. So for us to be able to be an idea of the creative mind and to express ourselves around each other, it's a beautiful thing when somebody says something that says that aha moment, like, oh, I remember. Instead of saying like, oh, thank you. Like, it's like, I remember now, because it's already, you know, you already know at the soul level, you already know.
That's exciting, dog. That's exciting. Yeah. Because y'all probably know you get called crazy for even talking about a lot of this stuff. So it feels good to be surrounded by good brothers, man.
Yeah, that's part of that. We get out of the conversation.
And your boy Jeff. Shout out to your boy Jeff. Y'all ever shout out Jeff on the show?
Yeah, we always shout out Jeff. Jeff gets shout out more than everybody on this joint, man. Jeff, we shout out Jeff so much on this show, man. Jeff probably be like, man, look, I'm the guy behind the camera. I don't want to be. I'll be like, man, I don't know if Jeff wants y'all to know, but whatever y'all want what Jeff wants y'all to know, here you go. And that's what we're gonna give y'all, man. We always shout. Jeff has made all this possible, man. It's crazy way I met Jeff, but that's off camera. But but Jeff is my dude, man. Like Jeff is another person who genuinely supports and genuinely wants to help, you know. Mm-hmm. Like Jeff goes out his way, you know what I'm saying, to help us, man. Like and we really appreciate just the little small things that you do, bro. Like we have like little pieces we missing. You know, instead of us having to go get it, we'll come the next time and Jeff will have it. Like, yeah, I got that piece for the camera, man, so we can use that camera today. Or I found the local car. Like, he'll go on Amazon and get these things himself. You know, just because like even today when he's like, oh, we might have to get more space for the room. Like, he really be thinking with us and for us and like, yo, man, I can see you doing this. I can see you going that. That's the sign of somebody who really wants you to move forward and This is a lifetime brother to me, man. Just like you guys, you know what I'm saying? Like this guy's a lifetime brother.
You know what that sounds like, though, Tez? That sounds like the actions of a member of a tribe.
Yeah.
All y'all find y'all tribe.
Get you a tribe, man.
Yeah.
And if you need one, we got one.
Yeah.
Just bring something to the table, even if it's a good vibe. Like, just be there.
Come to Orlando.
It's a pot.
Be a parasite.
I want to give Myles his flowers too, man. Like Myles is a genius, man. This guy, ear for music, is phenomenal. Like working with this guy over the years is and just to see how in tune he is with music, man. Like I could just come to this brother, like, Myles, man, I'm thinking about this and something like this, and Myles just play the song. I'm like, man, how the fuck he know? You know what I mean? It just
Stevie Wonder drop.
It's and like if you like grow and touch his piano, you feel like you can play the piano. Like, I don't know what he do to it. Like, it's just the magic of what he do to the piano, man. Like, you just feel like, damn, I feel like I can play this joker. You know what I'm saying? Because he break it into the way he do it, man. He just so musically inclined, man. And to see him go from learning how to balance his creativity and his technical skills with the music over time, and to come to the sound that he is now. Only thing that we got to get Myles to do is start giving y'all more music, because Myles will sit on his music for like 3 or 4 years, and he be having jams and stuff. Like, so we got to get. Speaking that, we have a track that we working on now that we pushing too. And we have some tracks on the new project that's coming out as well with Black Madonna. And giving my boy Brad his flowers too, because this brother, when he first met me, man, he could have just did like he did with a whole lot of other artists, man, and just kind of like gave me the what's the name of it. But he sat there and me and this brother and then built a sound. You know, we built a sound and we didn't created things and threw them out the window. You created more things and you kept them and
we destroyed more stuff than we created.
Yeah. We destroyed a lot of things, and for this brother to sit here and work with me the way that he has, man, and to believe in me the same way I believe in myself, and vice versa, and to come up with and just continue to grow our sound as well. You know, it's just a pleasure for sure.
Salute.
I appreciate that, bro, for sure. Most definitely, and same to you, bro. Like you, like a generational talent. You know what I'm saying? Just an individual. You know, you don't meet too many people that's as genuine and in tune as you. You know what I'm saying? So, I definitely appreciate you and what you bring to the table for sure, my brother.
Man, forget all this lovey-dovey shit. I ain't doing that, man. No, but seriously, real talk. I tell everybody out there, the reason and the way I met him, I don't rock with nobody. I don't like nobody. I come with that energy. That's probably very Jersey, right? I don't like nobody. But I tell you this, if I rock with you, we like we are the same cloth. And he did something in the studio one night that set everything off. He shut the whole session down and spoke to his family. He said goodnight to his kids and his lady, and I was like, this is a man. He has his priorities in order. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I rock with that energy. You know what I'm saying? I don't like little kid shit. I don't like that BS stuff. I mess with people that are on the same kind of frequencies I am. I got kids. You know what I'm saying? I'm a man. I protect. I engineer. I create. I build. I try to make things better for people. You know what I'm saying? And when people are on that kind of energy, I want to be about that. People that are doing things that are making things better. You know what I'm saying? Making the world better. Making their families better. I want in. I want in, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So I see I got somebody else in the tribe. Y'all fucked up now. You know what I mean? The tribe's getting bigger. You know what I mean? So
and man, make sure y'all go and support this brother, man. Like I really love what you doing, dog. Keep it up, dog. Like literally keep it up, dog. And like you say, like we saying here now, bro, we look at you like you family. And it's just real shit. Like man to man. You know what I'm saying? Like this real shit. You feel me? Like everything you doing, dog, any way that we can support you, you know, any way we can go about it, man, let us know, you know, even if it's just bringing our big head asses out there and, you know, and having a good time, dog, like Saturday. Like, that's just real deal, man, because like I said, man, it's been a while since we been in front of each other, you know what I'm saying, and I see that energy has not changed, it just evolved, you know, so that's a beautiful thing, bro, and I'm just letting you know that you have brothers on this side as well, dog. Straight you know, and we gonna support you. And if you watching this, go support this brother because he's the real deal, man, and he really means well for the people.
And if you're in Orlando, last Saturday of the month, where should you go? What's the address?
729 Thornton Avenue, Hippie Hideout at Community Center 729. Just hit us on IG, WTF MVMT, or hit me on IG, IAM PVYNE. The V is for my mother, don't forget that.
Hey.
Oh, get active, get affiliated. Come on through.
Real quick, flowers for you too, bro. Like, I've met a lot of people on the spiritual wave, and you know that got big over the last like 3-4 years. For you to be like closer in my age, bro, you ahead of a lot of the old heads because the old heads still competing. You ain't competing, bro. You want it. When I remember I asked you teach. That was a no to those people. Knowledge is a no. Thank you. Continue. We here. I'm looking at all the books. We here. Yeah. So big love to the whole podcast, man. Holy Ratchet, you know what I'm saying?
Holy Ratchet in the building, man. This has been your boy Dontez.
I'm your boy Myles Ray.
Yeah, I'm me Brad. What up, though?
With the special guest,
Mr. Payne.
Hey. And this has been the Holy
Ratchet
podcast.
See you soon.
Hey.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Beautiful, man. Man, appreciate you, brother.
Already. We set the date. Made it work.
It's perfect. You came today where everybody was here. Usually we missing at least one of these brothers. But you came. We had both of them.
Hey man, we need a God in the building. That's how we do it.
Get it vibes.
Yeah, man. This is dope podcast. I like that name.
Oh yeah.
Distracted in the sense
That
of,
sound like
I don't even